Hi everybody, welcome to today's class. Today we have 3 parts to our workout. It's going to be quite a low impact workout today. Part 1 is going to last about 10 minutes and it's going to be just some nice stretching exercises. Part 2 we're going to go through some activation exercises, and part 3 we're going to go through some functional movements, okay? All of the circuits today are going to be roughly 10 minutes. We're going to start off with a 5-minute stretch before we kind of go into some deeper stretches, okay? So I just want everybody to come down into a pigeon stretch for me. So we're just going to come into some more sort of like holds to begin with. Okay, so just really lengthening our muscles. So we're just going to hold this upright position in a pigeon stretch for 30 seconds. And just nice deep breaths, really breathing into where we're feeling that stretch. We're then just going to come a little bit deeper into that stretch, so down onto your forearms. Right, again, just nice deep breath into that stretch. We've got 10 more seconds and we're going to swap sides. Right, swap your legs over. So other leg up. So into that nice tall pigeon stretch position again. And again, just breathing into that stretch. And then again, we'll just drop down onto those forearms, so just coming a little bit deeper into that stretch now. So again, just really focusing on your breathing, we're breathing into the stretch, and then as we breathe out, we're really trying to relax, okay, just to really lengthen our muscles today. We've got another 10 seconds here. Good stuff, guys, and then just slowly come back up. We're going to come into a hip flexor stretch, so just tucking our pelvis up, and then just relaxing those shoulders back and down. So we're not coming too far into that stretch, we're just really focusing on a pelvic tilt. Really good work, guys. And then from there, whatever knee's down, we're just going to add that arm up and over. And then again, guys, just keep breathing into that stretch for me. Really good job. And then we're going to swap sides. So bring that other leg forward. Again, tuck the pelvis under. Shoulders relaxed. And we're just holding that hip flexor position. So we're just feeling it through the front of our leg here. Okay, so we're not coming too far forward. We're just trying to tuck the pelvis under. And then again, we're just going to bring that arm up and over. So we're just starting to stretch through our lats here as well. Good work, guys, and relax. And then last one, 30 seconds on each leg, one leg bent, one leg straight. We're just holding above our knees, and we're just going to hold that in there, just pulling our toes down as well. So 30 seconds on each leg, and as we progress through the 30 seconds, you might just feel you can pull that a little bit deeper into the stretch. Right, last 5. And then just relax that leg, other leg up. And again, just pull those toes down. 10 more seconds here. And relax. Okay, so we have, like I said at the start, we have a bit of a stretch circuit to begin with. We've got 10 exercises. We're going to go through each exercise once, and we're going to work for 1 minute on each of those exercises, okay? So I'll demonstrate each of the exercises as we go through. But our first one is nice and straightforward. And we're just going to be standing, and we're just going to bring our knee up nice and high, okay? And then we're going to bring the other knee up. So we're just sort of marching on the spot. So we're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So we're standing, bringing that leg up, try and get that knee up as high as you can, and then just hold for a couple of seconds at the top. So we're just really stretching out through our hips here, and we're also just starting to work our balance, okay? So knees up nice and high. So knees up. So if you're kind of coming to here, just really pull that up. So as you're bringing that knee up, imagine you've got a rope pulling you up that little bit more as well. We've got 20 seconds left on this one. Last couple of reps, so knees up nice and high. 3, 2, and 1. We're then going to come back into our hip flexor stretch here, okay? So this time we are just going to push forward, still going to keep that pelvic tuck, and then we're just going to drop back, touch your toe. So forward and drop back. Right, let's go with that one then, guys. After 30 seconds on this one, we're going to swap sides. We're just coming forwards and then stretching back. Keep it nice and slow. Three, 2, 1. Swap your legs over, same thing. So we're coming forward and then we're coming back, sitting onto the heel. Try and reach forward to that toe. So 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And then sticking with the legs. One leg's going to come out to the side, and we're just going to bring your hips back over your heel and then come forward. So hands are staying where they are. So 3, 2, 1. So we're going to go 30 seconds on each side. Literally just bringing that knee up to about 90 degrees and then just sitting back onto your heel. So just stretching out through your groin. So again, just nice and slow. Right, last one, and then we'll swap sides. So swap the legs over. Just sitting back onto the heel, coming forward. Ten more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. Good stuff, guys. We're then just going to start working through our backs a little bit more. So we're going to come up into a high plank. Initially drop the knees down into our child's pose, and then we're coming round into Cobra, okay? So the reason I've got you to come up into that high plank initially is you just drop your knees directly down. So 3, 2, 1. So we're dropping back into child's pose again. You can just hold it for a couple of seconds at the end of each position, and then we're coming forward into Cobra. Just keep this nice and slow. Really good work, guys, that's halfway. So just really lengthening out through your spines and then coming around into that Cobra position. Right, last couple of reps here. 3, 2 and 1. We are then going to come up into that high plank and we're going to step up and we're going to rotate your arm round, okay? Step back, other foot, rotate. So 3, 2, 1. Step back, step up, rotate the arm round. So when we're stepping up, we almost want to try and like lock that back leg out. So you just straighten the back leg. So you get a nice stretch through your hip flexor on this one. Okay, so we're not leaving it too bent today, it's just the front leg that's bent. Halfway. Right, 10 more seconds. The last couple of reps. Make sure you're stepping that foot up as high as you can. 3, 2 and 1. Right, next one. There's 2 parts to this one. First one, literally just trying to keep a nice straight back. We're going to reach down sort of as low as you can and then we're just going to drop into a squat. Stand up, okay? So nice flat back, stretching our hamstrings, drop into a squat, stand up, okay? If you're happy with that one, at halfway, we're going to hold onto our ankles and we're just going to come into a squat and back up, okay? So we're kind of like flossing a little bit more on that one. So 3, 2 and 1. But initially, we're going to come into like our deadlift position, drop into a squat, okay? So nice flat backs, load the hamstrings, drop into a squat. Really good work, guys, that's halfway. So if you want to change into the squat to hamstring, keeping your hands on your ankles the whole time, that's fine. If not, just carry on with that other stretch. In the bottom of that squat, if you are doing this variation, really try and lift your chest right round. So 3, 2 and 1. Right, we're back onto upper body. We're going to kind of come into this hip flexor stretch position. Both hands on the floor. If your left foot is forward, left hand on your head. Try and get the left elbow to the floor. Rotate right round. So 3, 2, 1. We'll switch it halfway, guys. So elbow to the floor. Pull that right round. So again, just keep it nice and slow. Really focus on your movement on this one. If you can't quite get your elbow down, each rep just try and get that a little bit further. Three, 2 and 1. Swap sides. So other foot up, hand on your head, elbow down, rotate round. Three, 2 and 1. Good job, guys. We are now going to come into high plank. We're going to come up into downward dog and we're going to take your right leg up and then we're just going to come back to flat as that comes back down. Back up to downward dog, other leg up, take it back to flat. So 3, 2 and 1. So we're starting off in that high plank, downward dog, Take one leg up. As that leg comes down, transition the weight forward back to high plank. Back to downward dog. Other leg comes up. As you come down, transition back to high plank. And we're just going to keep swapping your legs. Halfway. More seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're then going to come into our 50-50s. We've got 2 more stretches to go, okay? So we're going to bring, I'll figure out where I need to go, this way. Knees at 90 degrees. So hips and knees at 90 degrees. And what we're going to do is just bring those legs over side to side, just working our hip mobility, okay? So 3, 2, and 1. I'm just going to come at this angle. So knees at 90 degrees, and we're just flipping. So you can kind of use your hands just to support you, but try not to lean too far back on this one. Right, halfway. So just keep rolling over your feet. We're just working our rotation movements through our hips. 10 more seconds. Right, 3, 2, and 1. Right, last one. I'm just going to come into some back rolls. So to start off with, we're just going to come up, hug your knees, up, roll forward, okay? Hug your knees, roll forward. If you feel confident, you can come all the way back and then come out. But it's focusing on that split at the top, okay? So 3, 2, 1. But we're just going to start off with a little rock, up and stretch, okay? So that's all we're going to do for the first 30 seconds. And then if you want to take that a little bit further, you can, but just get used to kind of rolling through your spine. Bring those knees in and then up onto your shoulders. And then we're coming forwards. Good work, guys. So if you want to start adding a little bit more in now, take the legs right back, out and reach forward. If not, just stick to those other little back rolls. Five more seconds. So 3, 2, and 1. Good work, guys. So we should be feeling quite loose after that. Ooh, something went in my eye. So the next thing we're going to do is a little activation circuit. So this time we have 6 exercises. And we're going to work for 40 seconds, and we're going to do 2 rounds, okay? So we're going to go through each of those twice. Our first exercise, so again I'll go through them as we go through, but our first exercise is going to be our quadruped, okay? So on our knees, nice flat back, we're going to take opposite hand to opposite knee, and then reach out, okay? We're going to switch up halfway on this one. So I'm going to give you 20 seconds to get ready, and then we're starting off with that quadruped. So when we're doing this, I'm just going to give you a little coaching point to think about. Imagine you've got a glass of water on your lower back and you don't want that glass of water to tip off, okay? So you want to keep that core nice and tight. So 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So opposite elbow, opposite hand to opposite knee, sorry. Tummy's nice and tight. And we're really reaching out with our foot and our hand. So switch sides, that's halfway. Five more seconds here. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come round onto our backs. We're going to come up into a bridge. Try to keep your hands on the floor for this one if you can, but you can just kind of pop them under your lower back just to support it. And we're going to keep that bridge position and just alternate bringing our knees up to 90 degrees, okay? So 40 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So the hips nice and high, knees staying at 90 degrees. So the position that your foot and knee is at while it's on the floor, you're maintaining that position, and the movement's coming from the hips. The tummy is nice and tight. And we're just flexing that thigh up. 15 seconds. Head's nice and flat on the floor as well. 5 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. We're now going to go into an alternating dead bug. So we're going to stay on our backs, knees at 90 degrees, and we're going to take opposite arm and leg down to the floor, okay? Our knees are staying at 90 degrees if we're not using them. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, nice and controlled. Think about squeezing your belly button down to the floor so there's no arch in your lower back. Really good work, guys. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Right, now round onto your front. We have a back extension out into a Cuban, and then we're relaxing down, okay? So we're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So extend, and then we've got that Cuban, squeeze those elbows back and down. So 40 seconds. Really good work, guys. So really squeeze up, lift that chest. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're now on to our 5th activation exercise. So we're going to come into a quarter squat, and I want you to imagine you have a pole through your hips, and we're just sliding along that pole. I'm just going to work for the length of my mat, but if you have a little bit more room, you can go a little bit further on these. So 3, 2, 1, quarter squat. My feet are shoulder width. I'm stepping out from shoulder width, back to shoulder width. So I'm keeping nice and low. And it's a nice smooth step across, out from shoulder width, back to shoulder width. Chest up as well on this. So try not to round your shoulders. And also try not to dip in and out with the movement. So we're sliding along that pole. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Right, last one before we go around again. Nice and straightforward, this one. We're just going to come into a plank, okay? So we're going to go in 10 seconds. So 3, 2, and 1. So into our plank position, shoulders over our elbows, tummy's nice and tight, make sure bums aren't up in the air, our tailbone's tucked under as well. 20 more seconds. Right, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go through all of that once more, so back onto our quadruped. We're taking a little bit less time between each of the exercises on this second round. So back onto hands and knees, and we're taking opposite hand, opposite leg out, and we're going in 3, 2, and 1. So nice flat back. Really good work, guys. So one more rep, and then we're going to swap sides. So we switch it over, and then just try and remember that glass of water, so tummy's nice and tight. Three, 2, and 1. Round onto your back. Got those glute bridge marches. In 3, 2, and 1. So hips up. And we're just bringing our knees up. Okay, so it's coming from the hip. So really keep those glutes squeezed right up nice and high. Halfway. Really good stuff, guys. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're then going into our alternating dead bug. So knees up at 90 degrees in 3, 2, and 1. So we're taking opposite arm and leg down to the floor each time. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Round onto your front. Back extension with the Cuban. In 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to extend up, stretch those arms out, squeeze down. Halfway. Five seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're back onto crab walks. So we've got 2 more on this activation circuit. So 3, 2, and 1. So we're squatting quarter squat, sliding along the pole, chest up. So a nice smooth slide along. Feet are staying parallel to each other as well. So we're starting shoulder width, stepping out from shoulder width, back to shoulder width. Good work, guys. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Right, last one of this activation circuit. We're going into a plank. So 3, 2, and 1. So just hold that plank. So your tummy's nice and tight. Squeeze that tailbone under. Squeeze the abs, squeezing your bum a little bit as well. Shoulders back and down. Okay, so we want a nice flat back. Ten more seconds. So 3, 2, and 1, and rest there. Awesome work, guys. We're going to take a little breather before we go into our functional movement circuit. So just like our activation circuit, we've got 6 exercises, but this time we're going to work for 30 seconds on each of these exercises, and we're going to do 3 rounds, okay? So it's still going to be about 10 minutes of work. It's going to kind of alternate between lower body and upper body on this little circuit. So again, I will go through the exercises as we go through today, but we're working for 30 seconds initially. So you guys have, my phone's turned off, got about 20 seconds and then we're going to go. So our first one today is a prisoner squat. So we're going to have our hands on our head. So that just encourages our chest to stay open, feet nice and flat on the floor, and we're just going to drop into our squats, okay? So 30 seconds of a prisoner squats. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So hands on your head, into a squat, back up. So nice and controlled on this one. So it's a super low impact workout today. So we're just really focusing on good quality movements. So keeping our heels nice and flat on the floor, our chest up, our elbows back. 5 more seconds. So 3, 2, and 1. We're then going to come into high plank rotations, okay? So we're going to start off in a high plank, and we're just going to rotate around, hold for a second, rotate around onto the other side. So we'll go in 3, 2, and 1. So rotate, pull that arm around. So just hold in that end position. Make sure you're right at the end of the range. Putting that shoulder right back. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're then going to come into a split squat variation, okay? So round 1, we're going to have left foot forward. Round 2, we'll have right foot forward, okay? So we're going to work 30 seconds. We're going to have a slightly more narrow stance than normal. And you're just going to try and bring your knee down so it's in line with your heel, okay? So try and keep that heel down and then coming back up. If you need to have a slightly longer stance to bring it down, that's also okay. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. So 30 seconds with that left foot forward. And then just trying to bring that knee down in line with your heel. So don't go too narrow on your stance here. My feet are still shoulder width apart. Okay, so it's going to really help with your balance. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. So like I said, we'll do the other leg on the next round. We're then going to come back up into our high plank position. We've got shoulder taps next, okay? And we're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So try and take your feet a little bit wider if you feel like you're rotating. So we really want to lock those hips in towards the floor. So minimal rotation here. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're then going to come into our single leg deadlift. So we're going to stay working on that left leg. So we're going to come down, touch the opposite toe, drive up, nice and slow on this one as well. So 3, 2, 1. So nice soft knee, down, squeeze up. So again, just try and keep a nice flat back on this one. Halfway. 1. And then our last one of the circuit, we're going to come up into a sit-up, hands on the floor, up into a bridge, back into a sit-up. So 3, 2, and 1. So sit up, bridge. Ten more seconds here. So we're really stretching out through our chest on this one. 3, 2, and 1. Right, we're back onto prisoner squats, okay? So we're going to go through that again, but this time on those single leg exercises, it's going to be our right leg. So 3, 2, 1. Hands on your head, into squat, chest up. Really good work, guys. So nice and controlled, feet nice and flat on the floor. Three, 2, and 1. Press up rotations next. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So high plank, rotate round, hold that in position. Halfway. Three, 2, and 1. Back to split squat. This time it's going to be our right foot in front. So 3, 2, and 1. So it's bringing that knee down to our heel. So my foot staying nice and flat on the floor here. We don't want to come onto our toes. We become very dominant through our hips that way. We really want to use our glute. Driving up through your glute. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back to shoulder taps. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So nice flat backs. Awesome work. 10 seconds left. So minimal rotation at the hip. 3, 2, and 1. And I'm going to go right leg, single leg deadlift in 3, 2, and 1. So keep it nice and controlled. Ooh, little wobble. My left side is definitely better on these. Find the right side really challenging, but good work, guys. Just keep it nice and slow. Last 3, 2, and 1. Right, then sit up to bridge. 3, 2, and 1. So coming up into a sit up, into a bridge. More seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Really good work, guys. We're going to go through that all once more. On those single leg exercises, we're going to switch legs at halfway. Okay, so it's 15 seconds per leg. We're starting off with those prisoner squats then in 3, 2, and 1. So hands on your head, coming into that squat, chest up. halfway. Three, two, and one. And then coming into those high plank rotations. And we're going to go in, 3, 2, and 1. So rotating round. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Right, we're going to start with that left foot in front, so split squat. 3, 2, 1. So bringing that knee down to your heel, back up. Remember, we're swapping it halfway. So one more rep and then we're going to swap legs. So switch it over. So keep that heel firmly down on the floor. 3, 2, and 1. We've got shoulder taps next. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So tap your shoulders. Really good work, guys. So keep those hips as still as you can. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Onto those single leg deadlifts. We'll switch it halfway again. Left leg first in 3, 2, 1. Really get 3 or 4 in per leg. We're going to switch in 3, 2, 1. Three, 2, and 1. Right, last one of the circuit, guys. We are done after this. Sit up to bridge. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to come up, hands on the floor, bridge. Come up, hands on the floor, bridge. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work today, guys. Grab yourself a quick drink, and then we're just going to come into some stretches, and I initially want you to start with just some lower back rotations, okay? So once you've had your drink, straight into lower back rotations for me. We'll just do a few stretches here. Good work, guys. Once you've sort of done 10 of those, we're just going to bring this foot in towards your knee here, and we're just going to come into a hamstring stretch. Perfect, and then just swap sides. Really good work, guys. Perfect, and then last stretch. Rather than having this leg inside, we're now just going to bring it outside, leg that's straight. You're just going to lean back onto that elbow, so just getting a nice stretch through your hip on this one, and we're just going to hold that there. Good work, guys. And then we're just going to switch other leg. So just bend that knee, straight leg. We're coming back onto that elbow. Cool, perfect. That is us all done today, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that kind of more chilled session today. You should be feeling quite stretched out now. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all on the next one.